going on, y'all? It's 2019, favorite time of the year. I'm in here hanging one of my favorite sets. You know, it's that time of year where we're out here filling feeders, checking cameras, and just trying to get an inventory of all the deer we have. You know, the up and coming bucks, the bucks we've been watching for a few years, and trying to get an idea of just what stayed around, what may have got killed, and all that fun stuff. But while I was in here, I figured I'd go ahead and kind of walk y'all through the story I've had with the biggest buck I killed in Florida last year. He, you know, I want to go ahead and throw a disclaimer before we get into it. I do not have the kill shot of this buck, but I have the days leading up to it and everything from when I pulled the trigger, everything after. You know, so there's a lot of great recovery footage. But the main thing I wanted to tell y'all about or talk to you about was the 3 years leading up to this. This isn't something that just happened overnight. This is 3 years of you know, keeping the feeder running, checking the cameras, and trying to stay out of here as much as possible. You know, it was a lot of work, you know, and but 3 years. So 2016, I had a deer show up. He was a good 10 point in 2016. He wasn't much wider than his ears, but he was a good deer. You know, he was all over 100 inches in 2016. So I never really laid eyes on him, and I didn't pursue him hard because I didn't know if he was living here or if he was passing through. So 2017 rolls around, and the first picture I got of him, he looks like a giant. You know, you could tell he's mature. His body, he's a mature deer, and I had a lot of history with him. 2017 all the way through the year. And matter of fact, in 2017 we had Hurricane Irma come through Florida, and that was the only daytime picture I ever had of this deer. You know, I had hundreds of trail camera pictures, but only one daytime picture in 2017. Well, in November of 2017, he actually broke his right side off, and that was disheartening because I was so set on killing this deer. You know, so I missed that opportunity in 2017. Never got another daytime picture, never laid eyes on him, nothing. So we go to 2018, and we go through September, all bow season, never seen him, and beginning of October, nothing. And then October 5th, I come in here to check a camera, and there he was. He was walking into the frame, and I guess the infrared had to have, it just boogered him a little bit. And so the first picture he's walking in, the second picture he spun out. That was the last picture I had of him. So I was like, wow. I mean, it was good to see him, but did I booger him? And I wasn't sure. But either way, I was going to be living in here knowing that he was around, especially when I knew we had a Hurricane Michael on the way. And I had told my dad and I told my cousin, I said, if I get a hurricane, I said, I'll kill this deer. I said, because it's the only thing that's ever affected his schedule. It's the only thing that's ever threw him off or out of his comfort zone. So with that coming in, we had Hurricane Michael coming. So from the 5th to the 9th. October 9th is when the hurricane was supposed to touch the ground. And so I hunted every day from the 5th, from the day I got the picture, to the 9th, the day the hurricane was going to hit. And obviously, if the wind was wrong, I didn't hunt because I didn't want to force it and then risk blowing him out of here and just boogering it. So all the weather, the wind, and everything had to be right, you know. I debated on the 9th, it was raining so hard, the day of the hurricane, it was raining so hard, and I was contemplating, you know, is it worth it? With it raining this hard, is the deer really going to move in this? Like, you know, it just don't seem like they will to me. And I've been hunting all my life. I just wouldn't think they would. But I said, I only got one opportunity. So if he's going to show, I need to be there. So I grabbed an umbrella and I walked in here. And about the time my foot touched the platform, the feeder went off. You know, because I was a little late. Because I had sat there and contemplating coming too long. So anyway, as soon as my foot hit the platform, feeder went off. And I sat down. I got my camera arm up and I you know, hung my bow up, and I sat there 10 minutes, and all of a sudden I hear some footsteps over here to my left, and wouldn't you know it, 2 or 3 does come in, and sure enough, I looked behind them, and there he was. He come out, and he was coming directly into the feeder from the left side. And if you're looking at the feeder, the camera was here, and where the camera had boogered him, when he come in, and I drew on him right here, and instead of going to the left side of the feeder, he turned and walked to me because he knew that camera was there. It had boogered him, and he was skirting it. That's how smart this deer was. But all that did was put him in a little closer bow range for me, and the rest is history. And I hope y'all enjoy this content. You know, there's a lot of hard work that went into this deer, and I hope y'all can appreciate a little bit of it. So if y'all do, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we appreciate all the feedback. You know, so hopefully one of y'all can hunt y'all a trophy like this year, and y'all can update us if you knock him down before a hurricane. Man, I know y'all are catching the back half of this, but it's raining. It's the day before a hurricane, and as you can see, look at my setup. You know, it was supposed to break in the rain around 9, and I was gonna, you know, take this off and set my camera up, and I figured that's when the deer were gonna move. But if I didn't just look down and see 2 does coming in to the feeder, and they kept looking back, you know, playing the script. And all of a sudden he steps out, man, and this is a deer I've been hunting for 3 years now. But I honestly didn't think they were going to move until the rain slacked up a little bit, because it's raining hard. You can probably hear it. But we're on this oak ridge, and it's the day before the hurricane, and he did the same thing last year. And this is how pictures, trail cameras, and just paying attention to what your deer are doing are going to make you that much more successful, man. He moved at 1 o'clock in the middle of the day last year, right before Hurricane Irma. And tomorrow we're supposed to be getting this Hurricane Michael. It's supposed to be making landfall, and they were trying to get some food in before they went and bedded up for it. And man, it cost him this morning, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Took him down with old Matthews NoCam. As you can see though, the knock, he wasn't far at all. It was probably a 15-yard shot. He was right behind the doe, and he fell right over there in that bottom. So like I say, I don't got a whole lot of good camera light yet, but I'm gonna let this rain slack up a little bit, and the sun come out a little more, and we're gonna go put our hands on him. So y'all stay tuned. He's my biggest Florida buck, and I'm pumped. Rain done washed all the blood off.
This feels good right here.
proud to have this buck right here. Man, it's definitely worth it.